Hi, I'm Meg from Tokyo. In this video, I will share the best and worst times to visit Japan in 2026.
The best time to visit really depends on the purpose of your trip and what you want to experience. For some of you, the season I recommend avoiding might actually be the perfect time to visit. I hope this information helps you plan your trip to Japan.
We also offer private tours in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, so feel free to contact us through the link below. Alright, then let's go.
Bad time to travel. Number 1. End of April to first week of May, Golden Week. This period is known as Golden Week, one of Japan's biggest holiday seasons. Since so many locals are either heading home or going on vacation, tourist spots and public transportation get extremely crowded. Hotel rates skyrocket, and even theme parks with dynamic pricing like Tokyo Disneyland or Universal Studios Japan hit their peak prices. If you're visiting Japan for the first time, it can be tough to enjoy famous landmarks at a leisurely pace. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend visiting during Golden Week if you want to avoid the chaos. And if you're on a budget, the high cost of accommodation will definitely be a burden. So, should you absolutely avoid Golden Week? Well, it's not that simple. Even though I've listed it as a bad time to visit, there's another side to the story. You might find unique experiences that only happen during this time of year. While the number of international tourists might dip, you'll see Japan at its most energetic with locals traveling everywhere. If you want to feel the local energy or experience a truly authentic Japanese atmosphere, this can actually be a fascinating time to visit. Plus, the weather is some of the most pleasant you'll find all year. Number 2. June to early July, rainy season. From June through early July, Japan enters its rainy season, known as Tsuyu. This period is characterized by frequent rain, high temperatures, and high humidity, which can make it feel quite muggy and uncomfortable. The weather tends to be unstable, so rain gear is a must. If you're planning outdoor activities such as visiting observation decks or gardens, this may not be the best time of year as sunny days are limited. On the other hand, this is considered the off-peak season between Golden Week in May and the summer vacation months of July and August. As a result, tourist spots tend to be less crowded.
For those who prefer to avoid crowds and explore at a slower pace, this can actually be a good time to visit.
Number 3. Mid-July to August. The period from mid-July through August is the hottest time of the year in Japan. As the rainy season ends, extreme heat days when temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius become frequent. Combined with high humidity, the heat can feel unbearable during the day, whether you're indoors or outdoors. In recent years, we've seen many days where the heat is severe enough to be life-threatening. This is also when ambulance calls due to heat stroke surge, so it is essential to remain vigilant. Additionally, the weather is prone to sudden changes in the evening. Unexpected thunderstorms and flash floods have even led to the cancellation of major fireworks displays in Tokyo just moments before they were set to begin. If you plan to focus your sightseeing on urban areas like Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, August is the month I recommend the least. Between the extreme heat and the risk of typhoons, there's a high chance that your outdoor plans will be disrupted. On the other hand, there are unique pleasures to be found during this season. It's the peak of beach and pool season, and traditional summer festivals and fireworks displays are held across the country. It also coincides with the climbing season for Mount Fuji, and exploring remote spots like the Izu Islands is particularly appealing. Furthermore, Hokkaido, the northernmost region, stays much cooler than the rest of Japan, making it an incredibly popular summer destination. Number 4. End of December to early January. From late December through early January, typically the first 10 days of the year, most companies and schools close for the holidays. This leads to heavy congestion across Japan as people travel to their hometowns or go on vacation. During this period, many public facilities like museums and galleries are closed, so be sure to check their schedules in advance. Shrines and temples also become extremely crowded due to the Japanese custom of Hatsumode, the first visit of the year to pray for good fortune. Weather-wise, temperatures in Tokyo can drop to near 0 degrees Celsius, so you'll definitely need a heavy coat, gloves, and a scarf. If you're looking for a quiet, leisurely trip, this might be a time to avoid. However, there are unique ways to enjoy the season. You can catch stunning Christmas illuminations across the city, and major theme parks like Tokyo Disneyland and Universal Studios Japan host massive New Year's Eve countdowns. For a truly local experience, you can join special events at Tokyo Skytree to watch the first sunrise of the year, or go hunting for fukubukuro, lucky bags. These are a huge hit with shoppers because the contents are a surprise and usually worth much more than the price you pay. While it's a busy time, the year-end and New Year's season offers a unique atmosphere that you won't find at any other time of year. Best time to travel. Number 5. March to mid-April. This is the season when cherry blossoms bloom across Japan. From late March through mid-April, Hanami, cherry blossom viewing, takes place in countless locations, with famous spots attracting huge crowds of tourists. While March still has its chilly days, temperatures gradually rise, and by April, spring is in full swing. Although it's generally warm and pleasant outdoors, there can be significant temperature shifts between day and night. I recommend bringing a jacket or light coat that is easy to layer as the weather changes. While this is arguably the best season for travel, keep in mind that popular spots get very crowded due to the beautiful weather and the Easter holiday. One thing to watch out for, this is also the peak time for cedar pollen. About half of the population in Japan struggles with hay fever, so if you have allergies, you'll definitely want to come prepared with mask or medicine. Number 6. Second week of May to early June, after Golden Week. The period just before the rainy season begins is generally characterized by beautiful weather. With mild temperatures and low humidity, it's easily the most comfortable time of year for sightseeing. Once Golden Week concludes, the heavy crowds at tourist spots tend to thin out. If you can avoid weekends and public holidays, you'll be able to enjoy your travels at a much more relaxed pace. This is also the season of fresh greenery. The mountains, parks, and gardens are filled with vibrant, lush foliage, making it a perfect time for hiking and outdoor adventures. However, as the rainy season approaches, especially once June hits, the weather can become quite unpredictable.
In many areas, you should be prepared for sudden showers or brief, heavy downpours, so keeping a compact umbrella handy is always a smart move.
Number 7. October, November. From October through November, autumn settles into Japan, making it one of the most pleasant and popular times of the year to travel. October marks the true beginning of the season, with temperatures gradually dropping and many comfortable sunny days. By November, it becomes much cooler, and you'll definitely feel a chill in the air during the mornings and evenings. Overall, the weather is crisp and dry with very low humidity, perfect for walking all day. This is also when the autumn foliage reaches its peak. In famous spots like Kyoto, Nara, and Nikko, vibrant red and yellow leaves transform the landscape, attracting visitors from all over the world. It's truly the best time for photography and nature walks. As for events, October brings Halloween, which has become a massive celebration in Japan. Shibuya is famous for its crowds on the weekend before Halloween, though be sure to check for local regulations as the area has become much more strictly managed recently. While November weekends and holidays can get crowded with leaf peepers, you can still enjoy a leisurely trip by choosing your timing and destinations wisely. Number 8. December before Christmas season. December marks the arrival of winter in Japan, a month filled with unique events and a wonderful seasonal atmosphere. The weather is very stable during this time. There is virtually no risk of typhoons or heavy rain, so you can expect plenty of crisp sunny days. Temperatures in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto typically range from 5 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius. While the mornings and evenings are chilly, the cold isn't nearly as biting as it is in January or February. This makes outdoor sightseeing much more comfortable, which is why we've selected December as one of the best seasons in this video. The city streets are adorned with dazzling illuminations, and you can experience festive events across the country in the lead up to Christmas. It's also the start of the ski and snowboard season. While it rarely snows in the major cities, world-class resorts in Hokkaido and the Japanese Alps begin to open, drawing travelers from around the globe. A few things to keep in mind. Expect some crowds since it's a popular time to visit, and definitely pack some warm layers. Also, remember that the days are short and the sun sets early in December, usually around 4:30 p.m. While the nighttime scenery is vibrant, your window for daytime sightseeing is a bit more limited, so plan your schedule accordingly.
How about other months?
Number 9. September. September is a time when the intense heat of August gradually begins to fade. That said, the lingering summer heat remains strong until mid-month, and it's not uncommon for daytime temperatures to still exceed 30 degrees Celsius. It's important to note that September is the peak of typhoon season. The risk of storms approaching or hitting Japan is at its highest for the year, so keep an eye on the forecast. On the positive side, since there are fewer major events, tourist spots are relatively quiet, except for during the national holidays. Thanks to the post-summer vacation lull, the atmosphere is calm enough to be considered the off-season.
Overall, while the weather can be a bit unpredictable due to the rain and typhoons, it's an ideal time for those who want to avoid the summer crowds and enjoy a more peaceful trip at a lower cost.
Number 10. Mid-January to February. From mid-January through February, winter truly settles in. It gets significantly colder than December, with temperatures frequently dropping below freezing. Because of this, bundling up is essential. You'll definitely want a heavy coat, thermal wear, and accessories like heat packs, kairo, to stay warm and avoid catching a cold. On the bright side, this period sees very little rain and zero risk of typhoons, making the weather some of the most stable of the year. While you might see a light dusting of snow in Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, you can generally expect crisp sunny days. This means your travel plans are much less likely to be disrupted by bad weather. Additionally, since the New Year's rush has ended, major tourist spots are much quieter. While the severe cold means it might not be the top pick for everyone, the combination of fewer crowds and reliable weather makes it a fantastic time for those who prefer a more peaceful experience. Ways to avoid the crowds. Number 1. Change your visit time. Since popular spots get packed during the day, visiting temples, shrines, and markets early in the morning is definitely the way to go. However, opening hours vary depending on the location, so it's essential to check the schedule in advance. For example, many temples and shrines open as early as 6 a.m., giving you a chance to enjoy the serene grounds before the tour buses arrive. Similarly, if you're heading to the bustling Tsukiji Outer Market, aim to get there around 8:30 a.m. This is the perfect time to catch the stalls as they start to come alive without getting caught in the peak midday rush. Number 2. To use train. Sticking to the train is easily the best way to bypass the crowds. During major holidays in particular, roads can hit massive gridlock, which can significantly eat into your day if you're relying on taxis or buses. In contrast, Japan's trains are famous for being exceptionally punctual and aren't affected by traffic jams.
By prioritizing the rail network over the road, you will be able to stay on schedule and make the most of every minute of your precious vacation time.
Number 3. Avoid rush hour. Keep in mind that Japan has intense rush hours on weekdays. Trains become incredibly packed between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and again from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. While you might be curious to see the famous commuter rush for yourself, it's generally best to avoid traveling during these windows. If you're carrying a large suitcase, navigating these crowds can be a major challenge. Not only is it stressful to find space, but there's a real risk of bumping into others or causing a trip hazard in the middle of a busy station. By timing your travel outside of rush hour, you'll reach your destination much more safely and comfortably. Number 4. Check congestion forecast. With visitor numbers to Japan hitting record highs, escaping the crowds can feel like a real challenge. However, there are some great tools to help you stay ahead. In Kyoto specifically, you can use the crowd forecast calendar on the city's official tourism website to check predicted congestion levels for major attractions. For example, if you look at Arashiyama in May, the forecast even predicts how visitor numbers might fluctuate based on the weather forecast. When you're planning your Kyoto itinerary, be sure to check this tool.
It's a game changer for organizing a comfortable trip and avoiding the busiest peak hours.
Number 5. Explore countryside. Tourist destinations in Japan tend to be concentrated in Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. While these are must-see classics for a first-time visitor, exploring regional Japan on your return trips is one of the most effective ways to escape the crowds. There are so many incredible spots across the country waiting to be discovered. You could head north to Hokkaido for its world-famous snowy landscapes, visit Kusatsu Onsen, which is easily accessible by a direct bus from Tokyo, or explore Hitachi Seaside Park to see breathtaking floral displays that change with every season.
By venturing out to these regional destinations, you will not only avoid the masses, but also discover a completely different, authentic side of Japan. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. See you at the next video.